Hey guys, it's Dr. JP, and today we're going to analyze Michael Norman, who's one of the fastest sprinters this year. The clip we will be looking at is during the beginning part of the race, where he ran the 400 meter in 43.61 seconds. This time makes Norman the 6th fastest 400 meter runner ever. What makes this even crazier is that he's only 20 years old, and I'm so curious about what he will accomplish in the future. Anyway, let's take a closer look at his running. We will first talk about general aspects of his running form like stride length and stride frequency. Based on a few calculations, he presents with a step length of 2.29 meters. This is impacted by things like leg length and power generation from the legs. This is a pretty decent step length. However, to get a better understanding of what these values mean, let's compare this to someone like Wade Van Niekerk, the current 400 meter world record holder. When Wade ran the fastest 400 meter ever, he demonstrated a step length of 2.34 meters. This is a very minuscule difference when you compare both step lengths. However, you might expect Norman to have a longer step length as he is taller, but then again, Wade Van Niekerk has been known to have an unusually long step length. Anyway, Norman makes up for this in stride frequency. During this clip, he presents with a cadence of 240 steps per minute. This is incredibly quick and is actually a slightly higher rate than Wade, whose cadence was around 238 steps per minute. Basically, compared to Wade Van Niekerk, Michael Norman relies a little more on his quick cadence or speed, while Niekerk presents with a pretty long step length while maintaining a pretty quick cadence as well. Now let's take a look at Michael Norman's running form as he runs this race. As you can see, Norman presents with forefoot landing. This is pretty common in sprinters as this leads to shorter ground contact times leading to quicker steps. What is more important for quicker rate of steps is where the foot lands in relation to the body. As you can see, Michael Norman's foot seems to land very close to the body's center of mass. Now, the closer the foot lands to the center of mass, usually the quicker the person is able to complete the running cycle, leading to quicker speeds. Now, let's take a look at the amount of vertical movement that takes place as he runs. As you can see, even though there's a lot of force generation coming from those legs, there's not much bounce when he runs. Preventing excessive upward movement leads to more efficient running. One of the main reasons for Norman's ability to stay low to the ground is his incredibly fast step rate, as high stride frequency usually leads to lower vertical oscillation during running. What else is interesting is his posture as he runs. As you can see, he keeps his body upright with no trunk bend. However, he presents with a pretty decent forward tilt of the body. This seems to aid in improved momentum forward and positions the body in a way that allows for increased force generation from the hips as he pushes off the ground. Speaking of pushing off the ground, let's take a look at the overall movement of the foot as it touches the ground to when it pushes off. He definitely presents with some good leg movement, but if I were to try to tweak one thing, it may be to increase that backside movement where his hips extend just a tiny bit more. If he can do this, which lengthens step length, and can maintain his quick cadence, this may lead to faster times. Of course, this is only theoretical and can work the other way, as trying to increase step length slightly may lead to a more significant drop in stride frequency, leading to decreased speeds. Of course, another option is increasing force production from the hips for increased distance traveled. It all really depends on the runner's response to this change, as everyone has their own running style individual to their own body, but this is definitely food for thought. Moving on, we can already see that he has some good hip mobility, but he also has some decent shoulder mobility as well. Some runners lack backward movement of the shoulders known as shoulder extension. However, Norman definitely does not. Without any restrictions to arm movement, this aids in the upper body's ability to counteract the rotational forces coming from the legs to maintain a relatively stabilized body and maintain a straight path when sprinting. Now moving up to the head, you can see that he maintains a neutral position of the head and you do not see it going forward and backward that much. Instead, if you look at the front part of the body, you can see that most of the movement occurring is side-to-side movement. This is part of the body's natural movement as the body shifts its weight onto the leg that is landing on the ground. And that's it for the quick analysis on Michael Norman during the 400 meter race. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now, I know I've been making running analysis videos on top elite runners, but I was thinking of making a series featuring footage from some of my followers and subscribers and analyzing that as well. I'm very thankful for all the support you guys have given me, and this is a way for me to thank you guys even more. Let me know what you think about this idea. Anyway, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel for future videos. And as always, thank you for watching.